Hey guys, Ben1079 here. I thought I'd bring you guys a nice little fun video just for fun, just showing you guys the Milwaukee Fuel model number 2803. So this is the drill driver version. So I got a good deal on Amazon for this one, so I bought it. I also bought a battery adapter for Ridgid batteries. So since I don't have any Milwaukee battery yet, so I know this is not the same. This is going to be apple to apple, but you guys can see that full charge, 4 amp hour max output. So let's just do a little comparison. This is the 4 amp hour, just the regular one. So on the Milwaukee, because for some reason the max output battery doesn't fit on the adapter. So, but this is going to be the 4 amp hour max output on the brushless model. So you guys can see this is the brushless version of the hammer drill. Sorry, the hammer drill. So just gonna do a little nice comparison and just a little speed test between the two, just to see which one drives it in the fastest. I think this is gonna be fun and just entertaining, guys. So just a little comparison. So let me just see. Yeah, these things are equal. So let me just go in with the. So I don't know how well this is going to go, because these are going to put a little bit more torque than some impact drivers. So, all right, 3, 2, 1, go. So guys, the Ridgid drove it in the fastest, but the Milwaukee drives it in further. So that's interesting to see. So I know this isn't with a Milwaukee battery, guys, but this is still outputting some juice. So I just want to do a quick test now, just to show you guys the power between the two. So this is going to be, I'm just going to drill it right here. I'm going to try to avoid the knot and just drill on the different part of the wood. So that, and I'm going to take that one off with the Ridgid over here. I'm just going to put these two the same height. That's perfect. All right, guys, so I'm just going to show you guys a power comparison. So which one can drive it in the furthest, all right, from the Ridgid versus on speed 2, guys. These are both on speed 2, so hopefully you guys can tell. You can tell easily on the Milwaukee, but the Ridgid doesn't have any color. So that would be fun on the Ridgid if they had some colors showing, you know, which speed it is on, because right now you can't tell just when you're switching it. But I got to say, guys, the Ridgid just is smoother to switch between speed 2 and speed 1. I mean, it's just way easier to switch than the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee's a little bit stiff when it comes to switching, so a little bit stiff on this one. I think it's going to work itself out, but anyway, guys, speed 2 and speed 2 for the other one. So let's see which one drives it in the further, right? So the furthest into the wood before it stops. So let's go with the Ridgid first. And it stopped. So now let's go with the Milwaukee. Like I said, guys, 4 amp hour, just regular Ridgid battery. So now it's going to be not so much a battery issue, it's going to be the tool, which tool performs the best. And I know it's comparing apple to oranges, but just for fun. And this isn't even with a, guys, this is not even with a Ridgid high output battery. I mean a Milwaukee high output battery. This is with a Ridgid 4 amp hour regular battery, guys. So if I had something like a 21700 cells Milwaukee battery, this would be even more interesting. So all right, let's go with the Ridgid, guys. Let's go, I mean with the Milwaukee, guys. Milwaukee Fuel here. So all right, so I'm just going to show, I think I could have gone a little bit more, but I think I've proved my point here. So Ridgid, Milwaukee with a 4 amp hour regular battery, and this is with the 4 amp max output battery, guys. So yeah, you tell me which one drove it in the furthest. I mean, I think it's pretty pretty obvious, guys. So I think this thing might even start protruding out on the other side here. But yeah, guys. Just a little interesting, fun comparison just between the two. So depending on how much power you really need to drill through stuff. But it's kind of amazing to me, guys. It's kind of amazing that the Milwaukee, for the size that it is, I mean, this is not the hammer drill version, but this thing is so small. It's even smaller in diameter than the Ridgid. So this is the Milwaukee. I think they were ahead of their time when they made that drill, because damn, this thing is nice. So yeah, right now, guys, I am on the cutoff of the battery. So I am to the cutoff. So I overloaded the battery, so the battery doesn't have any more bars, so it just flashes. So what you do then is just take off the battery. The battery's coming back in a few seconds. All right, the battery's back. And now I got power. So some of you guys are probably gonna say you're gonna damage the drill, you're gonna damage the battery doing this. Guys, there's so much electronic in the tools, it's never gonna happen, guys. Never gonna happen. So right now I reached the limit with the battery and just driving it in. So this is something that is gonna happen anyways. If you have a Milwaukee battery, the tool's gonna stop and it's gonna either overload or do anything else. So yeah, guys, I'm back. The battery's back. The battery's fine. There's no issue. Besides, there's a lifetime warranty on this. But guys, since this thing is retro compatible, look. All right, I'm just gonna show you, try to tell you guys a little bit of history here, and just tell you guys that this is not gonna be an issue. This is a brush drill, all right? So this is a old style brush drill, and this can even go back further generation. And these batteries, guys, are compatible with the older version that don't have the modern days electronics. So the electronic to protect the battery and to manage the battery itself is inside the battery, all right? All the electronics, everything you need to protect the battery, so that it is retro compatible with all the backward technology and the brush drill and stuff like that. So all Ridgid batteries are compatible with all Ridgid tools. So that being said, guys, don't worry, especially with batteries with retro compatibility, so compatibility that goes back to brush model, to older model that are compatible like the Ridgid. There's no issue. So that's why I love Ridgid for that, because of the retro compatibility, which makes it that I can put my battery on a Milwaukee with an adapter. So I got a small adapter. As you guys can see, this is something I bought on Amazon for 25 bucks. And now I can access my Ridgid batteries for the Milwaukee tool. So of course I would get more power and more runtime, and you know, it would be more efficient with a Milwaukee battery. But you guys saw how much it drove in that that 6-inch structural screws, guys, into the freaking wood with the Milwaukee versus the Ridgid. So yeah, guys, this is kind of nuts. And this is, you know, I need to get myself some Milwaukee batteries in the future. I really need to get myself some Milwaukee batteries in the future, guys. But just saying that the Milwaukee, guys, is just, it's more powerful than the Ridgid, of course. But speed-wise, for this size fastener, so a 6-inch structural screws, since I had a 4 amp hour Ridgid battery, so if I had like a 21700, maybe a CP 3.0 or a 6 amp hour high output battery from Milwaukee, maybe it would have been faster than Ridgid. But you guys saw it in the video. The Ridgid is faster driving in up to flush with the wood for a 6-inch screw. So Ridgid beats Milwaukee in terms of speed for this type of fastener. More power, maybe it wouldn't, but guys, I did some tests on speed 1. If you guys want to see those tests, I wouldn't mind making it again, but you guys can see some tests on speed 1 that this is the high torque speed. So speed 1, this thing is a beast. I mean, this thing holds up to Milwaukee, no problems. I mean, sure, the Milwaukee is going to have a little bit more power, but this thing, the Ridgid, guys, holds up no issue versus the Milwaukee. So And you guys saw it has more speed driving the fastener in further. So I can't even imagine if you're using 21700 cells. And of course, I would need to be using some Milwaukee battery with 21700 cells to do a fair comparison. But I don't know, guys. In terms of speed for driving small fasteners like that, I think the Ridgid might be ahead of the Milwaukee for smaller fasteners. So let's say deck screws or stuff like that. I think, guys, the Ridgid would be a contender against something like a Milwaukee. So that's why I'm saying, guys, what do you need? What tools do you need for what applications? That's always the motto that I have. What tool do you really need for the application that you're going to use it for? If you need the best of the best, I understand that. I'm kind of the same thing, you know. I need the best of the best of the tools, and you know, for whatnot. But for if you just need something to do the job and to do the job well, to do the job almost as good as, you know, the main brand and the flagship, something like that that's more affordable and, you know, good quality. Well, depending if this is gonna last, but you know, for the drill and impact driver, guys, I think the quality is, they put all their money and all their research and all the stuff on doing the two main power tools. So hammer drill, or you know, drill driver, and the impact driver. I think this is where most of the money went on these two tools for the budget that they had, versus the other tools like the reciprocating saw and the oscillating tool and all the other from the Ridgid newest brushless line. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always appreciated. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.